I'm going to give an overview now of the receiver unit that can be used in conjunction with the 8x8 matrix from Labgear. The purpose of this receiver unit is to take a HDMI signal that's been broadcast via Cat5 and convert it back into HDMI. Now the advantages of using this type of setup rather than using a straightforward HDMI lead with the matrix is threefold. The first thing is that using Cat5 signal we can get much longer run lengths. So as opposed to, we'll say, on HDMI lead, the normal max before we need to use repeaters is 20 meters. On Cat5 we can get about 70 meters. This next advantage is the IR controllability, where we can actually come along and control, we'll say, which input device we're using on the matrix. So we could choose 1 to 8, we'll say, in terms of the inputs via this remote control that we have here. Or what we could do is we could actually come along and we could make a decision that will actually control the skybox or whatever the input we're trying to control directly from here as well. And using these two IR sensors here, it's possible to do this. I'll demonstrate it very quickly in a few moments. And the third thing is that if we're retrofitting this into somewhere that's already been pre-wired, a commercial outlet, most likely all the walls haven't been pre-wired with HDMI simply because it's very expensive and it's not so common, but virtually everywhere is pre-wired with Cat5 cable. So it means adding this system onto an existing setup extremely easier, or wiring out for a system like this is also extremely easy. So let's come along here, and we have, we'll say, an 8x8 matrix here. We're going to just run from output number 2 here, and we have a signal here which is in Cat5 format. And what we do is we're going to come along, we input it here, and suddenly, if we connect the HDMI lead here, run it to a TV, we have a HD signal here directly in. If we wanted to come along and make a decision that we're going to control the unit and maybe choose input 1 to 8, what we could do is we could add this sensor on. It gives us now a gateway of picking up a signal from a remote control and running it here. And it comes to this remote here. So we can do here is we can just come along and we can choose 1 to 8 on the things, and we can change the inputs from 1 to 8 as we please remotely. If we said then what we'd like to do now is come along and control the skybox, for instance, that we're viewing, what we'll have here is if we were using input number 4 in terms of the skybox, we'd go to port 4 here in terms of the IR outputs, and we'd run this cable and put it directly in front of the skybox. And what we can do then is we can control the skybox. So what's happening is the remote control is sending a signal here, through here, down through the Cat5 cable, pops out here and runs into the output, the corresponding the output we're viewing at, and tells it to change the channels for us. So once again, very, very modular. Within the general area here, we'll say, we have units that we'll say in the Labgear range that will go with the 4 ways and 8 ways. They're not interchangeable, so it's important to note that. But that's it anyway. An overview of the receiver unit to work with the Labgear 8x8 matrix.